unless he's making a certain amount, or unless he's able to provide for himself and is making money. Well, newsflash, baby, I'm high maintenance because I'm the one that's maintaining it. It's me. So how can I come and live the life that I'm living and I'm enjoying it to come and be suffering with you? Does it make sense? Why would I come from up here to come down here to meet you at your level? Thunder fire every idiot that wants me to do.
Hello, guys. It is Lex Exodus, leader of the Black Woman Exodus. How are you guys doing? Like always, if you enjoy this content, please like and share. Please comment in the comment section below and in the chat. Shout out to my exes in the chat. Also, if you have any tips or suggestions for any content or any stories that you'd like to see me cover, please send that to my Gmail at lexisexoduschannel@gmail.com. How are you guys doing? Y'all, we got our first strike. We got our first strike. So, an acre hater that frequents my videos, you guys know all of my comment sections for whatever reason, even though this is a safe space for Black women and my channel focuses on Black women empowerment and celebrating Black women and making good choices and divesting, these men still invade our spaces and they love to frequent my videos. And so one of these fools flagged my channel. So we got our first strike. So I will say, we'll be very, very intentional and very careful about how we phrase things going forward. If you do see that I have a hiatus for a while briefly, that's probably why. Also, in the meantime, please follow my backup channel just in case something happens to this one. It is Lex Ex, that's LEXEX. And I'll leave it in the description as well below. Make sure that you follow that channel. That way, if something happens, then I'll still have all that content that I'll release on that secondary channel. These fools are so crazy, though. I thought that was so crazy because, for decades, these men have been like dragging us through the dirt, calling us German shepherds, saying that we're loud and ghetto and that we have bad attitudes and calling us hair helmets and all of this hateful dialogue. And as soon as we clap back, they are so sensitive. A bunch of pansies, y'all. A bunch of pansies. And I'm telling y'all, I really don't understand if you do not agree. And if you find this content so triggering, don't watch it. This is not for you. I'm really telling you guys, I really do think that the reason why they're so obsessed with my channel and other channels like this is because it reminds them of their childhoods and their dysfunctional relationship with their mammy mothers. Anyway, let's get into what we came here for. So this is another installment of my daily series called the Blackistan Zoo, where we profile the animals, monsters, and other crazy creatures in Blackistan. And like I always say, I'll do this throughout the month of April, Monday through Friday at 6:30 ET. Then I want to level set at the end of the month and just make sure that the reviews, the likes, the comments, and all the feedback aligns with the level of effort for these videos. It's hard work and I enjoy doing it, but I just want to make sure that, you guys are out there and are listening and appreciate the LOE for these. So yeah, if I have 1,000 views and I expect to see close to 1,000 likes, comments, and shares. So today we are going to profile the struggle lovebirds. So their habitat. So these couples, it's always with a Tyrone laid up with some unsuspecting Mammy or Becky. and their behavior is very unique in that they believe that love should be hard. These couples believe that love should be painful. So you can't just have fairy tale happily ever after love like you see and rom-coms or in Disney movies. No, you have to go through strife and trauma to experience true love, and that's what they denote as Black love. And to see this type of couple, look at any Tyler Perry movie. So, a lot of times the plots will be, the woman will hold the fool down during a jail bid, or the wife will be working 3 jobs while her husband struggles to get his rap career off the ground. Or the girlfriend will be expected to hold him down while he can't decide whether or not he wants to be with her or a slew of 10 other women who are vying for his attention. Ride or die is another common phrase used by them. They're going to stick by him even if he gives you a black eye. So these struggle lovebirds will glamorize dysfunction, strife, violence, cheating, and really the destruction of your traditional nuclear family. So notable lovebirds, notable struggle lovebirds within the community, T.I. and Tiny for sure. So we know that, she took a charge for him. I think they got pulled over for drugs. And because he was a felon and had already been in prison before, she took the charge for him. Also, we know that, she tolerated him cheating, publicly humiliating her. And then now she's having to defend herself against his sexual abuse allegations that he's experiencing. Will and Jada and their entanglement. Snoop Dogg and Boss Lady, who I just roll my eyes every time I see a post of this man professing his love to this woman, because, we know that she's had to endure decades of him parading around with other women. He got put on blast by some chick, I can't remember her name, but a few years ago, who had him on camera doing coke and stuff, and him cheating with her. Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin. So yeah, she's been with him for decades, and I think she's actually 5 to 10 years older than him. Doesn't have a child, doesn't have a ring on her finger. He refuses to commit because he's a punk, and he, even at his old age, he does not want to settle down. Gucci Man and Keisha Kaur, she held him down, and there's a meme going around that if I can find it, we'll talk through, where it talks about how while he was in prison, she took some of his assets. I think he had $1 million or something, and she turned it into 10. But it's like, come on, y'all. First of all, who the hell is going to sacrifice their life and sacrifice their best years holding down a man that committed a crime that's in prison, one? And two, don't none of y'all other niggas got that much money that she got. Y'all situations is not the same. So let's not compare apples to oranges. You work at Wendy's, okay? You're not a millionaire. So let's stop that. But anyway, that is a prime example of your struggle lovebirds. Derek Jackson in the bonnet, going through all this cheating and all this humiliation. And, I think even his side chick got pregnant and had a baby. And, she talks about how Christianity helped, them grow, and she had to endure that and endure the struggle in order to get to the other side. Those are all prime examples of these type of preachers. So let's start off by looking at the struggle lovebirds mating call.
Hey. What? I love you too. Come here. Chill. Hey. What? I love you too. Come here. Chill.
Did y'all see that mess? So here they are choking one another, abusing one another, fighting one another. Then they end up kissing a few seconds later. And if that isn't a prime illustration of the struggle love that is normalized within this community, I don't know what is. Because it's like pain, strife, domestic violence, even that equals love with these fools. Let's look at another struggle love couple in their natural habitat. Let's see what we have here. Okay. So this is a photo. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk, which is a pretty funny blog that I follow. But what you're looking at is a photo of a throuple, I believe is what they call it. And so that is a couple that, or not couple, that's a union where they're poly. And so there's two girlfriends and they share this one scrawny, ugly, hideous dude. And the caption says, "Get you two and settle down, throuple love." So this is throuple struggle love. And these women look crazy. He got them dancing, or not dancing. He has them photographed in costumes. One dressed as an angel, the other dressed as a devil. And he has on one red shoe and one white shoe. These girls look young, and I really do. When I see stuff like this, my first reaction is just embarrassment, secondhand embarrassment for them. But then I wonder, there's no guidance. There's no guidance within the community. There's no wisdom there. These girls definitely don't have any healthy authority male figures in their life, because they wouldn't allow their daughters to go out like this if they did. But yeah, this is the type of struggle love that's normalized within this community. And, it's so interesting because you'll hear a lot of these fools talk about polygamy. And a lot of women think that it's all about sex, but I think it is. But I think it's more largely due to these men not having resources. And so although they're getting access to free sex by different women whenever they want, they also have a team of women who are willing to mule to help fill in the gaps that their broke asses can't. So instead of having one woman, I can leech off of multiple and they'll be fine with it. Okay, so here, let's look at this next post where we see a couple, a struggle LoveBird couple, talk through or post a caption, a photo about how they want their next relationship to be. Yeah. So y'all see this? Do y'all see this silliness? I can't make this stuff up, y'all. And I be thinking y'all be thinking I'd be exaggerating, but if you from the hood like I am, from the projects, this is normal. This happens every day. They think this is cute. So here we have a young couple, struggle LoveBird couple, saying, "This is how I want my next relationship to be," photographed, hugged, holding a gun at each other's head. And this is that stupid ass shit that I can't was so toxic, normalizing this dumb stuff. And I actually am licensed to carry a concealed weapon. And the first rule that they teach you when you take the classes to get your license is you're never supposed to aim a gun at anyone unless you're planning on using it on them. They always say, always assume the gun is loaded as well. Because that's how accidents happen. People playing around and people not understanding that you're holding deadly force. That's how people wind up dead. And, when you hear about, all these, like when children get killed by gunshot wounds, or when, they talk about guns accidentally going off and people having fatal injuries, it's because common sense is not common. And dumb fuckers will do this stupid ass shit for a photo. But yeah, this is the epitome. So love is not supposed to be uplifting. Love is not supposed to be healthy. You're not supposed to feel safe and secure. No, love is this toxic thing where you have to struggle and fight and shoot one another in order for it to be a true love to these fools. And I really should make a meme account, because if y'all only knew the type of stuff that I come across. And I don't know if the algorithm mine is so skewed because, I look for different things for the show for more content. But this is the bullshit that I always see on my timeline. This is the crap that's normalized. Okay. So let's look at this next clip of a struggle lovebird in her true form. So this is a little old. This is a clip of a girl lighting her boyfriend's car on fire, and she ends up hurting and harming herself trying to do so. So yeah, see, she done got a damn concussion. Done got fucked up trying to set this fool's car on fire. What a damn dummy. Y'all see this? And caught on camera in broad daylight did this stupid ass stuff. Watch. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh because this could have easily turned into a deadly situation. But man, girl, this type of bizarre, crazy, dysfunctional stuff, like I said, you see it every day in the hood. This is very normal. I remember my dad and his ex-wife had a very tumultuous relationship, and they would go through things like this often. She never set anything on fire, but she did do crazy stuff. I remember one time they got into a fight, and they started throwing cans of paint at each other in the street. So the next day, there was white paint everywhere because they got into it and were throwing cans of paint at each other. I remember her always just causing a scene, throwing his clothes out because he had gotten caught cheating, and calling the police. And it was always very, rinse, lather, and repeat. So they would do the same thing over and over again just to get back together a week later. And I wouldn't be surprised if, this woman, I'm pretty sure she did get arrested. I saw her mugshot. And while she's locked up, he probably was laid up with the chick he was cheating on her with. And she's ruined her life and now has been convicted of arson, now is a felon, could have possibly went to prison while he's out living his best life. Or they might very well be back together. These fools love drama. They love toxicity. They love unhealthy relationships. Let's see what else we got here. Now, this is a clip of a little person, a little struggle lovebird, catching her boyfriend cheating on her. And this is pretty funny. So let's watch this. Did y'all see the little boy run? She got a crowbar, I think. He done picked her up. This don't make no sense. So, and y'all know, y'all be thinking I'd be exaggerating, but Blackistan is really a zoo because you will see the craziest stuff. Here we see this little person, this little woman hop out of car with a crowbar, ready to beat her boyfriend's ass for cheating on her. Y'all, who wants to deal with this mess? Who wants to deal with that? But this is what you get with these men. When I was younger, I remember being in similar situations. I never did anything like that, like following somebody and trying to catch them cheating. But I do remember how awful it felt to always be on edge and to always be suspicious and always wonder, is he, every time he leaves, is he really where he says he is? I remember always being on edge, trying to sneak and find the password to my ex's phone. I remember, trying to find Facebook passwords, things like that, trying to hack into voicemails. And I had to come to a realization, and I did it very young, thank God. But who wants to live like that? That's exhausting. That's exhausting to live every second on edge when you're supposed to be in a situation where that man is supposed to be your peace. But you always looking over your shoulder because you don't know who you might be in a grocery store with them and run into somebody that he done fucked. And I have stories for days, y'all. I was literally just telling my husband back in the day, way before I divested, when I was in my early 20s, I was dating this aspiring rapper. this is before my kid's father, even, so a long time ago. And I dodged a bullet with him, thankfully. But his dumb ass was over at my house and had used my computer. Y'all, why did the big dummy end up actually saving his password on my computer? So, of course, after he left, I logged in and seen hundreds of Facebook messages from other women that he had been trying to come on to, that he had been flirting with and messaging, trying to court. And it was so funny because I looked through the messages, and every single time he reached out to a group of girls, it aligned with the dates that we had a disagreement. So we weren't even broken up. Just every time we had a point of contention, even if it was just a slight minor argument where I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. Every single time he would go to Facebook and just message a bunch of girls like a thought. I remember another time with my son's dad. He had this crazy girl that he was messing with who was harassing me, like texting me, calling me, leaving me voicemails, cussing me out over him. And saying, when she found out I was pregnant, saying she wanted my baby dead. And she was crazy, but hell, he was too. So I guess they were a match made in heaven. I should have let her have him, child. If I only could tell my younger self what I know now, because low, he wasn't worth it. That's my thing. Like, who wants to go through that? Love is supposed to be uplifting and empowering. Your home is supposed to be your peace and your refuge. It's supposed to be the place where you can take a break from the world. Because we're fighting all these different forces out in the world. You know what I mean? Like, especially as Black women, we're fighting adversity, we're fighting sexism, racism we're dealing with, and then we're dealing with the corporate bullshit that we all got to go through and the politics. Who wants to come home to a war zone? Like, you, after fighting the world, do you think I want to come home and fight with you too? Okay. So here is another clip, and this one is pretty crazy. I think this girl might be a little bit mentally touched, but let's watch this one. So yeah, here we see this woman destroying this man's car. She's breaking out windows. She already busted up the front window and the back windshield. Now she's trying to ruin the side windows too. I think she got pots and pans. Lord Jesus. This woman looks crazy. I don't know who the cameraman is, but she looks unwell. But yeah, y'all, like, who want to go through this, y'all? And it breaks my heart because these girls are so young. And I don't think you understand too, like, what age is it where they say like your frontal cortex fully develops, and that's after adulthood. So I want to say maybe like 25, when you really have the capability to weigh out pros and cons and think about long-term consequences. These women are so young. It's obvious that there's some immaturity there and lack of life experience, because she very likely ruins her life. Let's hope that the boyfriend didn't call the police. I'm sure he did, because they'll be on fuck shit, and then once you react, they'll gaslight you, and once you act out, they'll call the police and get you locked up and not even think twice about it. So I'm sure she probably got arrested for this. But yeah, now you looking at having an arrest record, being in the system. And I really never understood ruining property, even at a young age, because I understood, like, all we're going to have to do is buy it again. All we doing is spending money. We don't have to replace this stuff. And my son's dad, I talk about how he was abusive. Abusive men destroy property a lot. So when I got my protection order, one of the reasons why I was really able to convince the judge that I needed one, because I didn't have like bruises or anything. I watch a lot of Judge Lynn Toller. She's not on divorce court anymore, but when she was, man, me not having that wisdom and not having like a mother to take me under her wing and tell me what to do and what not to do, I really did. Like, I was raised by Judge Lynn Toller. She had such a wealth of wisdom and was such a smart woman, and would give so many jewels to the women on her show. And she always talks about the stupid tax. These women are paying the stupid tax because, let's look at their surroundings. So it's obvious that they're not living lavishly. So not only are they already impoverished, now on top of that, you're going to get sued. So he can sue you for these damages. You're going to get arrested. So you're going to have to deal with court fees, legal fees, and you're going to have to deal with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that you're going to have to pay out that you don't have just because you wanted to react in this manner. That's the stupid tax. And the crazy part is this girl probably got back together with the fool anyway. So now your dumb ass going to be in the passenger side of the car getting rained on every time y'all go somewhere because you broke out all the windows. Oh my gosh, y'all. So I know y'all be thinking I'd be playing, but I'm so serious. I'm so serious. And like I said, as someone who grew up in the hood, this is normal. For whatever reason, this type of love, this type of struggle love is perpetuated as the norm. It's something that's valued. Remember when we talked about Saweetie and Quavo on the elevator? There was a boxer who came out and said, it is very bleak. It is very bleak within the community. So let's use common sense. Y'all, do not be like the struggle LoveBirds. Leave the struggle love alone, Black women. All right. Until next time. See you guys. Bye.
Steppers, if y'all come across a red iPhone, can you please bring it to the sound stage? Red iPhone, we appreciate it.